Chapter 5. The big day dawned. Parents' Day. Could this really be his last day at DSA? Wiglaf wondered as he struggled into his uniform. It was tight. Had it shrunk in the wash? I'm nervous, said Angers, trying to plaster down his hair. My mom hasn't seen me in so long. I hope she won't think I've gotten plumper. He sucked in his gut. I'm nervous too, said Wiglaf. Nervous about my parents coming here, and nervous that I will have to go home with them. I'll bet Mumsy blows my cover bursting, said Erica. Then Mordred will know I'm a girl and give me the boot. Join the club, Wiglaf sighed. My parents will never come up with 7 pennies. Stop, said Angus. I won't be able to stand it if you two aren't here. The three made their way to the castle yard. They saw a notice tacked to a tree and hurried over to read it. Parents' Day at DSA. Welcome, parents cheer. Campus tour led by Mordred, the marvelous grand opening of Yale Old DSA gift shop. Parents may stay and shop or attend classes with sons. School picnic lunch, DSA all-school musical production, goodbyes in the castle yard. As they studied the schedule, Mordred came rushing across the yard. Wiglaf, he shouted as he passed. Remember, you owe me 7 pennies. If I don't get them, you can start packing your bags. Wiglaf's heart sank. I might as well go up and start packing now, he muttered. Don't say that, said Angers. We will think of something, said Erica. I hope so, Wiglaf sighed. Anyway, if this is my last day at DSA, I might as well enjoy it. He glanced up at the library tower. Let's just hope Worm behaves himself. Attention! Mordred called from the castle steps. He'd put on his best red velvet cape. Lobelia stood at his side in a gown of blue, with a matching pointed hat. The teachers, Sir Mort, Coach Plunget, Professor Plug, and Master X stood behind them. Today is the day we've all been waiting for, Mordred said. And if I catch any of you sniveling little hooligans doing anything too, a blast of trumpets filled the air. Blazing Kincan's breeches, cried Mordred as a pair of snowy steeds pulling a golden carriage galloped into the castle yard. What's that? Wouldn't you know it, said Erica. My parents are first to arrive. That rig is solid gold, Mordred's violet eyes nearly popped out of his head. I wonder if it's Parents' Day at Knight's Noble Conservatory, he muttered. And these parents have lost their way. They can't be coming here. Wiglaf and everyone in the castle yard hardly dared to breathe as the carriage stopped. A footman jumped down from his seat and opened the carriage door. Out stepped a woman with neatly curled brown hair, topped by a big gold crown. The queen smiled and waved. Hello, subjects. Hello, it's yours, Queen Bob and King Ken. No need to kneel. Now, where is my little darling? The queen looked around as she continued to wave. Momsy's here, waiting for a hug and a kiss. An old man with white hair and a white beard stepped out of the carriage after her. He wore a fur-trimmed hat that set a cocky-eyed angle on his head. I say, small golf course, he said. It's a school, Kenny, said the queen. We've come to visit our Momsy, Erica cried out before her mom finished saying her name. Popsy! She ran toward them and hugged them. Mordred flew down the castle steps to greet the queen and king. He held out the hem of his cloak and bent his knees in a curtsy. Then he bowed so low that his head nearly scraped the ground. Welcome, welcome, he cried. So good of you to come. I say, said King Ken. Sir, said Erica, these are my parents. Oh, so glad to meet you, babbled the DSA headmaster. So very gold. Queen Bob hardly bothered to look at the groveling headmaster. So this is your school, darling? Not quite as grand as I expected. She hugged Erica to her. Oh, it's been so lonesome around the castle without our daughter. Wiglaf winced. Erica was right. Her mom hadn't been here 2 minutes, and already she was spilling the beans. So you also have a daughter? Mordred said. Where does she go to school? She goes to Princess Prep. Erica put in quickly. And she loves it here. She loves it there. Then she yanked her startled mother's hand. Come on, Mumsy. I'll show you old Blogat, the practice dragon. She dragged her off. I say, said King Ken, trotting after them. Other parents began arriving. Among them were Mom and Dad wearing matching "We are from Toenail" t-shirts. Tobled ran to greet them. A stocky man and woman entered the castle yard, and all four Marley brothers whooped and ran to them. Any sign of your parents? Angus asked. None yet, said Wiglaf. What if they hadn't gotten the invitation? What if they didn't know when St. Stephen's Day was? He looked around. Where were they? My mom is usually the first to arrive, said Angus. I wonder where she is. Maybe she's stuck in traffic, said Wiglaf. You know how Huntsman's path can get backed up if a herd of sheep is crossing. If she doesn't come, that's okay, said Angus grumly. Then she won't have to see me playing the stupid princess in the play. All at once, Wiglaf smelled a foul, yet familiar odor, cabbage soup, and there, through the gate, came Morwenna and Fergus. Morwenna reached into her apron pocket for some sort and tossed it over one shoulder. Where's our boy, then? Fergus said. Then he pounded his chest and gave out a deafening belch. Mother, father, here I am. Wiglaf ran to his parents. Angus trailed after him. Ah, Wiglaf, Morwenna hugged him, then held him at arm's length, looking him up and down. Scrawny as ever, I see. She pulled a flask from her apron and handed it to him. My good cabbage soup will soon put some meat on your bones. This is my friend Angus, Wiglaf told his parents. He's going to stay with us until his mom comes. What a fine, well-fed lad you are, Morwenna exclaimed. Angus smiled at the compliment. Come, I will show you around the school, Wiglaf said quickly, hoping to avoid Mordred. But the headmaster had already spotted his family. Hold up, Mordred called. I want a word with you. Uncle? Said Angus as the headmaster approached. Why isn't my mom here? Oops, said Mordred. I must have forgotten to invite her. You what? Cried Angus. Get over it, nephew, said Mordred. Turpina doesn't enjoy this sort of thing. Move aside, I must speak with these peasants. Wiglaf, introductions. Mother, father, may I present Mordred the Marvelous, our honorable headmaster. Wiglaf said, exactly as Mordred had ordered all the boys to do. Marvelous, Fergus gave his armpit a scratch. Say, what's that spot on your tunic? Father, cried Wiglaf. No. What, a spot? Cried Mordred. Right there. Fergus poked Mordred's chest with his finger. Looks like snot. Snot? Cried Mordred, horrified. He looked down to see the stain on his garment. As he did, Fergus brought his finger up and thumbs Mordred's nose. Gotcha! Cried Fergus. Ha! The old snot joke works every time. Angus was snorting to keep from laughing. Wiglaf wanted to cry. So you're a joker, are you? Burgers of Pinwick, Mordred growled. He pulled out a handkerchief and wiped at his nose. His plum-colored eyes bulged with worry. That's me, said Burgers proudly. Well, I've got some news for you, Mordred said, and it's no joke. His nose twitched. What's that terrible odor? That's my cabbage soup, said Morena proudly. Tastes better than it smells. Like to try some, Marvelous? No, said Mordred. If I want awful food, there's more than enough right here at DSA. What I want to say is this: your son still owes me 7 pennies tuition. Does he now? Burgers picked at a scab on his ear. That's right, said Mordred. And if I don't have 7 pennies from you by the end of Parents' Day, I'm tossing your son out of school.